Who is Robbo or Barn in Effect? Who am I? What am I? I'm a gamer, and I've been a gamer all my life, and I'd like to share with you the games as far as I can remember back. This is a gaming history of me, games that I remember playing at specific moments in time that have left a mark because of what I was doing at the time, specific moments of my life that have shaped me as a person and as a gamer. From this game you can see here, Pong, to playing with my friends at my house, to playing online with millions of people to this point, telling you about me and who I am. This is a journey to this very point in time. I'm a gamer, and I've been a gamer most of my adult life, not to mention early school life. From being in infant school, I had a fascination with technology, which at the time was very limited, much like the games that you can see now, but having an Atari to play bat and ball or Pong on your own TV at home was just out of this world, and that's where I think socialising with friends started to shape me as a person, knowing that you had things in common with people, others who liked to game. And when the Commodore 16 came along and games started to become more developed, well, look at the games, more developed, you used to gather your friends round though, and you'd talk together about which game you'd played and which games you were going to get, and that it was just a great moment in life. And that continued when the Commodore 64 came along, and we all talked about how much better the games and the graphics were. Little did we know how good they could actually get. But the socialising and having friends round to play carried on all through to primary school, and as teenagers in a new environment it was easy to make new friends once you found out who the gamers were. And I said before, I've got a great passion for technology, and it was gathering pace. Not too much like the games though, but I wanted to be an astronaut when I was a kid, and I guess playing some of these games was a way to get closer to that dream. But before you teenagers all laugh too much, you've never had it so good when it comes to games. Look at the quality of some of these, but at the time they were cutting edge, they were awesome. You know, the quality didn't get better for a while, but they did start to take huge strides. And by the time the Commodore 64 gave way to the Commodore 128, I was leaving school, and it was a whole new era of clubbing, girls, plans for the future. You know, it didn't allow me as much gaming time as I'd previously been used to. That was until the NES came along, Nintendo Entertainment System, and one of the best platform games of all time, Mario. And it was this game that brought me and my brother closer together, because anyone who's got a brother or sister will know about sibling rivalry, but this game kind of made us best friends. We both wanted to play it, and instead of fighting against each other, we were working together, and we'd found common ground. And I know this was a turning point in our relationship, and I look back with very fond memories of those times. I hope you know what I mean, and I hope you've experienced that same kind of moments. But hey, somebody then said, why play video games at home? Why not take them with you on the move? And Game Boy technology hit the streets, and that funky addictive game called Tetris, it started the whole country gaming in puzzle form. And I do believe that this is the moment that developers realised that they needed to make more games and more addictive, rather than just entertaining to get sales. Because how many times have you said, you know, just one more before I go to bed, yeah, just one more, and then you play it and then you one more. But it's a great affection that I played many addictive games on the PS1, and not only that, I met my girl at the same time, and I'm still with her today after about 18 years. I mean, wow. We moved in together after a few years. We finally moved and got our own place together in about 97. And this was when one of the best games of all time came out, Final Fantasy VII. And this is the game that moulded a generation of gamers. It was this game that changed everything and started to show what could really be done in a game. Storylines became movie-like, and developers made gamers feel an emotional connection between you and the characters in the game. And this, it was just unique at the time. Fantastic game. So me and my girl had moved in together many miles from where we used to live, and again it'd be games that made it easy to make new friends. And this is when I first started playing the daddy of all first person shooters, the Don, the one and only GoldenEye. How many of you Call of Duty players out there have cut your teeth on this game? And again, it was the social connection of being around people's houses, playing against each other. It was just epic, and strong friendships were made, and still to this day I play games with these guys, and they came around my house and I came around their house. It changed the face of gaming. And again, you know, things moved on, and with games, another game came out that was just epic, and it was a solo game, and it came out on the PS2. Another huge step forward in gaming, and I know that loads of you must have played this as well. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Wow, I could do a whole commentary on this game, which, come to think of it, I might actually do, but I'm going to let you listen to and just watch a little bit of the GTA rap.
Last with the flag on the strap, that's OG. Stay in shape, hit the gym, lift the weights. Get super cutter, big and buff, nice and straight. You got stats, respect, weapon, skill, stamina, muscle, fat, and sex appeal. You get clothes from Binkos and ProLab, suburban zip, victim and desatch. Watch your back.
Yeah, man. Well, this little history of me and gaming is coming close to an end. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my nan, my grandmother, God rest her soul, because she passed away a few years back and left me and my parents a small inheritance. My parents gave me what she had, and you know, it's because of that I managed to afford the PlayStation 3, and luckily this one hasn't broken like a lot of people's I've heard have, so I'm really grateful for it. And I think it's a special thing that after all these years of gaming I have a connection with my grandmother through gaming. So here we are, the COD series, Call of Duty 4, the best Call of Duty of them all, in my opinion. Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops, you know, played them all. The games that have brought us here to this point, playing online with millions, becoming part of a community, not just the COD community, but the YouTube community. And to finish off, I'd just like to show you, this is one of the games I played on Black Ops with my AK-47, the favourite gun, my favourite gun in the game, on the map firing range, which you can see on YouTube. So that's me, Robbo, or Barn in Effect. I like to play games, I upload games to YouTube, and I thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.